And I'm going to ask you some questions.
And you're going to read me my rights before you should have.
Not kick. Not kick. Kick. Stop. Stop kicking.
In this video, watch as entitled behavior meets its match with immediate and often surprising consequences. And from public confrontations to unexpected reactions, see how real-life Karens deal with the instant fallout of their actions. Let's go to the first situation when Karen goes crazy to take revenge on her ex-lover and gets a bitter ending. In a quiet Florida suburban neighborhood on June 25th, 2023, ordinary day took a dramatic turn. What began as a routine afternoon swiftly escalated into a scene of chaos and destruction. The tranquility of the area was shattered by a shocking incident that would soon draw the attention of local authorities and the community. This is the story of how a 24-year-old woman known as Karen stormed into her ex-fiance's home, unleashing a series of destructive events that left many questions unanswered. The peaceful ambiance of the ex-fiance's residence was disrupted when the woman, driven by a mix of anger and desperation, forcefully entered the house. It all started when she arrived unannounced at the front door, her frustration evident from the moment she began banging on it. Her ex-fiance, who was caught off guard, opened the door only to be met with an aggressive and intrusive force.
She came over here, banging on the door. He opens the door thinking it's somebody else. She forces her way in, rips some of the fucking shit off the wall, taillight off my motorcycle, pushed her way into my room, dumped some shit in there, tore a Bible up, set a Bible on fire. I was like, listen, bitch, like, where the my son? Because he said car was off. So, all right, if you want to document all this shit and like,
yeah,
I know you can't legally take him from her or some shit like that. Right, I don't know what you can do. And get him to me. I don't know what is within the realm of possibility. She said, send the SWAT team.
The woman, with no regard for boundaries or respect, managed to push her way inside. Her actions were not just disruptive, but destructive. As the situation unfolded, the woman exhibited a disturbing disregard for the sanctity of the home. She tore down decorations from the walls and smashed the tail light of a motorcycle parked outside. Her rampage continued inside, where she invaded the ex-fiance's personal space, ripping up items and causing general mayhem.
He told me to drop him off because he was with me today, and that's like Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the week is when I have him because she's working, and then vice versa, etc. So I'm out of there. He started crying, everything. She tried to force her way into my room. I said, get the fuck out of my ex, my family, etc. She's obviously like working herself up, etc.
Oh, leave.
Right, like other than like setting your hands on her or like getting in force on force, how do you, you know? So I mean, I understand where you're at, but yeah. So I don't know if you want to come in and fucking take a look.
I'm gonna say, do you have a license on you?
Yeah.
It's inside. Okay, you guys want to hang tight? I'll grab my phone because I'd like to take some pictures, burn stuff, and then I'll grab the license and we'll go from there. Totally fine.
Burnt shit all over the front.
Yeah, I just like to get pictures for evidence. So.
One of the most jarring aspects of this incident was the woman's treatment of a Bible. In a fit of rage, she not only ripped the Bible apart, but also set it on fire. The flames from the burning Bible were seen flickering ominously near the front door, adding a chilling element to the destruction.
Cameras? Any surveillance cameras? No? Okay, no worries, no worries.
Piece of Bible on burnt up. Yeah, she like fucking somehow got fucking con out of my room, ripped them open and set them on fire. There's Bible and ash here on fire, and so like my grandma's a fucking condom wrapper in there.
This act of arson was not just a physical violation, but also a symbolic attack reflecting the deep-seated animosity and turmoil that characterized the confrontation. Amidst the chaos, the ex-fiance's immediate concern was the safety of his 7-month-old son. The woman, having forcibly taken the child from his sleeping area, had left him in a precarious situation.
Hi, Jessica. Hey, come out and talk to us real quick. He's right there. He's asleep. Okay.
No, he's too
We'll explain it. Sense out. Yeah. Actually, if you want to come with me, because we'll do this.
The search for what?
I'll explain everything to you once you get up.
Literally put me in handcuffs. I need to be read my...
We're going to read your rights.
No, do it now before you put...
No, we're going to take you to the car. You're not controlling this. If you wouldn't mind just grabbing a...
The ex-fiance's frantic attempts to locate the child and ensure his safety were compounded by his inability to reach the woman or her family. His distress was palpable as he realized the gravity of the situation. His child was in the custody of someone who had just committed a series of criminal acts.
Mersad?
Did you take anything tonight?
Mersad, can you call my mom right now? 941. Tell her I'm getting arrested and that they have Birmingham. Call her again. And again and again.
Just go ahead and have a seat. I'll read you your rights and then we'll talk, okay? You need to have a seat in the car.
You need to
have a seat in the car. Just slide it.
Didn't we go to high school together?
Would you mind just sliding
I think you should tell me where my son is.
Okay, well, I'm not going to kill you.
Shoot me in the fucking face then if you're going to be like that.
No, just slide in the car.
Why am I handcuffed? Because you never read me my rights and I'm handcuffed.
And I'm going to ask you some questions.
And you're going to read me my rights before. You should have read me my rights before you.
That's not how it works.
That is how that works, actually.
Give her a minute to cool down. Take your phone.
The woman's behavior only escalated as the police began to take control of the situation. Her anger and confusion were evident as she was confronted by the authorities. Despite their attempts to manage the situation calmly, she resisted, demanding to know where her child was and questioning the legitimacy of the officer's actions. Her resistance to arrest and her erratic behavior only added to the complexity of the incident.
You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present you before and during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, then to at no cost to you before and during questioning. If at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any statements. Do you understand each of these rights? No, that's not how that works. So the question is, do you understand each of these rights that I have explained to you? All right, sorry about that. We just wanted to make sure. That was Officer Collins. So, having these rights in mind, do you still wish to speak? You do not want to speak with us.
As the police prepared to take her into custody, the woman continued to voice her frustrations and confusion. Her demands for immediate answers about her child and her challenges to the officer's authority highlighted the intense emotional turmoil she was experiencing. Despite her claims and resistance, the legal process proceeded, with the woman being charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling and arson.
I catch another felony charge and you're going to have to go here in a foot race.
I'm getting a felony charge because you guys are taking my child.
Well, you're getting a felony charge for the burglary of an occupied dwelling.
I didn't burgle anything. What did I take?
I tried to explain this to you, but you didn't want to speak to me.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay, fly back in there.
Don't touch me.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I will.
The aftermath of the incident saw the woman facing serious legal repercussions. The charges of burglary and arson were significant, reflecting the severity of her actions. The destruction she caused, including the symbolic act of burning the Bible, had not only personal but also communal implications. The incident stirred discussions within the community about the nature of the conflict and the broader issues of mental health and relationship dynamics. Under Florida Penal Code, Section 810.02, which covers various types of crimes, including burglary of a dwelling is the act of entering a house or apartment without the permission of the owner or authorized person. It can include entering with the intent to commit another crime, such as theft, assault, or vandalism, but even if no additional crime is committed, it is still a crime of burglary. Karen broke into her ex-boyfriend's house and violated the law. If convicted of a burglary and a weapon was used during the break-in, or serious damage was caused, the sentence could be up to 15 years in prison and additional fines may be imposed. In each case, to gain rights, we have many ways to solve it, but in this second video, this Karen chose to go crazy and scream to demand rights. On October 16, 2023 in Florida, when a routine call to the Sarasota Police Department spiraled into a dramatic confrontation. It was a call that would test the patience and restraint of law enforcement and reveal the complexities of handling a distressed individual. The day started like any other at a local convenience store. The sun had barely risen and the store's aisles were slowly filling with early morning shoppers. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly ordinary day lay a brewing storm. The store clerk, a figure of routine and stability in this small corner of the world, was facing an unusual and troubling situation. The Sarasota Police Department responded promptly to the call. The officers arrived at the scene, ready to assess and address the situation. What they found was a woman who was clearly distressed and agitated. Her behavior was erratic and defiant. She was immediately confronted with a series of questions aimed at understanding her identity and intentions.
Ma'am? Hi. Sorry, I didn't catch your information. What's your name? Yeah, Officer Silva from Sarasota Police Department.
Are you getting your social security number? Are you going to ask me for mine?
Ma'am, currently at this time, trespass.
Don't put your hands on me. You have no right to. What if I was a mute? Deaf.
Whoa.
Why are you taking your gloves out? Did you disarm this man right now?
I'm just trying to have a conversation.
That would be abuse to the court.
I'm just trying to have a conversation.
That means you think you can get behind you.
Do you want to try talking to her?
Despite the officers' attempts to engage her calmly, the woman's responses were chaotic and incoherent. She refused to provide any identification or cooperate with the officer's request. Her demeanor was a mixture of confusion, anger, and deep-seated frustration. As the officers tried to establish a rapport and understand the situation, the woman's resistance grew more pronounced.
Excessive talking is a sign of abuse, and I had every fake name tag violate me, but still talk you to the court. They could never just
talk to her, but
and exterminate me. They would be killing me, still giving you the tools back so that you don't kill your. Can you stop disrespecting my? Why is he not going to rip your face off. Why do I have to know that my own son is going to go through a psychological, traumatic, psychotic breakdown? Why would I not think that my own son could gut you to the core and he'd never be like that or harm you like that in your life? And I could kill you. I could drain all of you right now when you have weapons on you. Could still come in here and ravage their. What is wrong with you?
Are you okay?
As the interaction progressed, the situation began to escalate. The woman's responses became increasingly aggressive. She expressed a litany of grievances and threats, her words a jumbled mixture of accusations and demands. And she claimed she was being abused and accused the officers of inflicting physical harm.
I don't need to go to the hospital. I don't need to go to the hospital.
No.
I need to. You want me to stop talking? Do you want me to stop talking,
I'm
bitch?
asking
Because everybody who knows me fucking existence knows if I stop talking, bitch, somebody's gonna get hurt. If you put your hands on me, I'm gonna break your jaw. Come and lock it right the down and stick that shit in my motherfucking mouth. Do you think I'm fucking
throwing all this away?
I couldn't have a heart attack right now. And
Know her name?
who the fuck?
I don't know her name. She has psychological problems, obviously, like serious. She doesn't talk. She never speaks.
Her resistance was not just verbal but physical. She kicked and struggled, making it extremely difficult for the officers to restrain her. The scene was chaotic, with the woman shouting and the officers' attempts to control the situation creating a cacophony of noise and tension. Her claims of severe health issues, including bone cancer and dehydration, further complicated the situation as the officers had to balance their response with her expressed medical needs.
Where is my stuff?
Not kick! Not kick! Kick! Stop kicking! Get down to the ground! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Stop kicking! Stop resisting! Put your hands behind your back!
The struggle continued as the woman's resistance showed no signs of waning. She threatened the officers and accused them of various abuses, all while continuing to resist arrest. Her behavior became increasingly erratic, and her accusations of police brutality grew more intense.
They're still abusing and hurting me. Do you see this? They're still hurting me. And I'm not resisting arrest.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
They're trying to break my phone.
Put your hands behind your back right now!
Hey, son. They're gonna kill your son. You're gonna break my arm. You're not
Stop resisting!
You're gonna make me George Floyd. Let's go, I can't breathe. I have bone cancer and I probably have it in my lungs. And my bones are breaking and I have bone cancer. And my family has been abused to the court and we're all killed.
Well, it was a disturbing scene that highlighted the challenges of dealing with someone in a state of severe distress. The officers, despite the escalating threats and physical confrontation, maintained a level of professionalism. They were faced with the difficult task of restraining the woman while trying to de-escalate the situation. Their primary objective was to ensure her safety and theirs while addressing the escalating threats.
You're breaking my shoulder. You're ripping my fucking tendon.
All right, are you gonna stop resisting?
You're pretending to my shoulder.
Are you gonna stop resisting?
They're already broke me. Who's tearing?
All right.
Told you that.
Stop.
Shit, dehydrate me, starve me, and deprive me of.
Family's gonna rearrange your family. Get these fucking cuffs off of me and get my fucking property right now.
Well, you're not going to threaten me?
I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you, Brett, I've been abused to my core by your fake departments right now.
You're gonna be
Are you
charged
cops?
with-
Well, because my whole family is the real government, so I'm getting what you're doing.
Okay, you have a great day.
Amidst the chaos, medical concerns came into sharp focus. The woman's physical state, marked by visible swelling and complaints of severe pain, raised questions about her well-being. The officers noted these concerns and discussed the need for medical evaluation. It was clear that the situation was not just a simple case of trespassing and theft, but had evolved into a complex interplay of legal, medical, and emotional issues. According to Florida Statutes 810.02, the crime of breaking and entering theft, this describes different types of breaking and entering, including breaking and entering into a residence, structure other than a residence, and aggravating circumstances. And breaking and entering is defined as the act of entering a building, structure, or premises without permission with the intent to commit a crime within. Karen's refusal to leave the premises made her act a crime of breaking and entering. Without the aggravating circumstances above, the act is still enough to be convicted of breaking and entering into a residence. The maximum sentence is 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. According to Florida Statutes Section 812.015, the offenses related to theft include theft from commercial establishments, transportation of stolen property, and other aggravating circumstances related to theft. If the defendant steals from a commercial establishment, he or she may face higher penalties depending on the value of the stolen property and the aggravating circumstances. Alright, this case was wild, but still not the worst one. Just wait until you see this next one. And on February 16, 2023, a dramatic and tumultuous confrontation unfolded at an emergency shelter in the city, highlighting the complex and often painful intersection between youthful rebellion, legal obligations, and law enforcement. This incident involved an 18-year-old woman whose resistance to arrest brought her into direct conflict with the police. This narrative explores the sequence of events that led to her dramatic struggle, the officers' responses, and the broader implications of this altercation. As the officers approached, the atmosphere was tense. The young woman, aware of the warrant for her arrest, found herself in a precarious situation. The shelter, which had once been a safe haven, now became the backdrop for a confrontation that would escalate into a chaotic struggle between her and the law.
Yep. How you doing? Go put your stuff down.
Why?
Put your stuff down. Put your stuff down.
Why?
Because you're gonna come outside. You?
You guys can just help me, you know?
Okay.
Your name and everything.
Fuck. I'm not doing anything. It's not like I'm gonna fight you guys. Really? You're arresting me? That makes no sense. I did nothing.
You want to go to the ground?
I did nothing, you know.
The officers calmly explained the situation, informing the young woman that she needed to step outside with them. Their approach was methodical, aimed at de-escalating any potential conflict. Despite their efforts, the young woman was visibly distressed and began to resist their attempts to manage the situation. She repeatedly insisted that she had done nothing wrong and questioned why she was being treated in this manner.
You have a warrant on indictment, felonious assault on your parole officer.
I just bumped against her!
Well,
It makes sense!
listen to it on the ground.
They already trespassed me for a damn year!
Okay, well,
You guys are just gonna take me to jail!
you need to get up and come on.
No, you are not arresting me.
Would you like a whole other charge?
They're just gonna arrest me for no goddamn reason! You're still gonna arrest me, right?
The officer's instructions were clear. She needed to comply with their request and come outside. However, the young woman's reactions were anything but cooperative. She expressed her frustration and confusion, asserting that she had not engaged in any violent or aggressive behavior. Her resistance was evident as she continued to argue, leading to a standoff that grew more intense with each passing moment.
Just
I could tell as soon as you said put your bag out, you said no. I was like, yeah.
You guys know I can't survive out there for a year on my own.
This is your last. This is your last opportunity. I'm gonna drag you out.
Ow! Pitch it.
Totally calm. No.
No.
3.
You guys are me for no reason.
As the situation deteriorated, the young woman's resistance became more pronounced. She refused to move, sitting on the floor and expressing her unwillingness to comply with the officer's demands. The struggle was not just physical, but emotional and psychological as well. And the young woman repeatedly stated that she had no place to stay and was already facing difficulties, including a prior stint in jail.
Okay, well, if they want you.
No, that's why I want to get to my friend's house. I never did anything. I just fucking bumped her.
For warrant.
That's it for bumping someone.
That's still a warrant, no matter
It's
how minute it was.
It's cutting into my goddamn wrist. Ow, it still fucking hurts.
There's no difference we have to make.
Wrist still, probably because I have a goddamn watch on. Just take it off real quick.
Oh, we can't take cuffs off.
Ow, ow.
Acting this way then.
Because you guys are doing this for no fucking. I literally just bumped her.
There's a consequence, and you can't accept it.
Anyone?
You're on the other side of the age line now. It's time to act different. 18 and younger, you don't get to behave this way anymore.
The officers attempted various strategies to convince her to cooperate, including offering a wheelchair to transport her if she would agree to use it. Despite these offers, the young woman remained defiant, insisting that her only request was to be taken to her friend's house rather than being arrested.
Just let go! I think!
Well, now you're getting escaped. Oh, it's locked. It's double locked.
Let's go!
Turn her over, turn her over. How do you work this thing?
What are you doing? Let me go!
Okay, we got another one.
Her continued refusal to cooperate only exacerbated the situation, leading to further complications. As the confrontation continued, the young woman's behavior became increasingly erratic. Her physical resistance was matched by her verbal outbursts, as she accused the officers of unfair treatment and questioned the legitimacy of the warrant. He argued that the incident with her parole officer was minor and did not warrant such severe consequences.
Why do you guys hate me so much? I don't care. Why do you guys hate me so fucking much? Yes, you do! You do! Or else you wouldn't be doing this! And you would have called my dad by now!
The ongoing resistance led to additional charges, complicating the young woman's legal situation further. The officers informed her that her refusal to cooperate in obstructing their official duties could result in additional penalties. This escalation of charges was a direct consequence of her non-compliance and aggressive behavior. Despite the officers' attempts to handle the situation with as much patience and professionalism as possible, the young woman's actions only made her predicament worse. Her resistance, while perhaps born out of fear and frustration, ultimately led to a more severe legal outcome. And according to Florida statute section 784.07, assault on a law enforcement officer, which provides for aggravating circumstances for assault if the victim is a law enforcement officer, including a probation officer. Assaulting a law enforcement officer is considered more serious and can result in a more severe sentence. Karen's assault on a law enforcement officer would have violated this law. If the assault on the probation officer did not result in serious injury, it could be considered second-degree assault. Under Florida law, this is a second-degree felony and is punishable by 5 to 15 years in prison and/or a fine of up to $10,000. Under Florida Penal Code Chapter 843.02, resisting without violence is when an individual refuses to cooperate or obstructs a police officer without violence. This includes failing to comply with police orders or attempting to escape arrest without the use of force. Karen's resistance to being handcuffed violated this framework of law. This has led to Karen facing several serious legal charges. Alright fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.